Man United 2, Fulham 1. Yeah, that was the result last night. The game between Man United and Fulham. It was at Loftus Road. Yeah, Loftus Road. No, it was actually at Craven Cottage. It was not Loftus Road. Pardon me. It was at Craven Cottage at Fulham Stadium yesterday, and it was a close game. It had to require a last-minute goal from Alejandro Garnacho, who came on as a substitute and managed to get one goal for United. Fulham played very well as usual. They had tried to play very well, but they couldn't come out of their shell, and United scored fast. Then after we got an equalizer around the 70th minute, and then in the additional time, like in the very last minute, Alejandro Garnacho managed to come up with a second goal for United, and United actually ended up nicking that goal. So we had some action, we had some action in the weekend, this weekend, and these were the last games before the World Cup in Qatar kicks off this week on Sunday, the coming Sunday. This week, at the end of this week, the World Cup will be kicking off in Qatar. So we had the last games in all major leagues across the whole world. Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, the RDZV, all of them had to come to a permanent temporary hold until the end of the World Cup. So basically last weekend, previous weekend was the last game. All teams played their last game before the World Cup. So yesterday there was only 2 Premier League games. United played Fulham, like I said, and they managed to beat Fulham 2-1. And then we had Brighton earlier on played Aston Villa, and they lost. They were poor in this game, and they started well. Then for some reason they started getting into their shell, and Aston Villa ended up nicking this one. On Saturday, you know the results. I already gave you the results. On Saturday, Arsenal stayed top after winning against Wolves 2-0. Goals from Martin Odegaard. Man City lost to Brentford with 2 goals from Ivan Toney and 1 goal from Phil Foden for City. So City stay in second with a goal with a deficit of 5 points on Arsenal. So Arsenal stay top with a difference of 5 points. So they have that cushion going into the World Cup. They have that cushion of points. By the time they come back on the 26th of December to resume again in the league, they will be having a cushion of 5 points. So what does this mean? Does this mean Arsenal wins the title? I'm not sure about that. You can ask me later on. You can ask me in Feb. I don't know. They might even actually go on and win the title. Who knows? Same ones now. Even Newcastle, as I'm talking right now, Newcastle is also into that mix of the title challenge. And I won't be surprised if they actually come up and challenge for the title. We saw them. They beat Chelsea 1-0 with a goal from Joe Willock. So this season is a little bit weird, but teams are performing. Like I said, Arsenal is performing way beyond what we expected them to this season. So that was the Premier League. Those were the games, and currently we have the table. Premier League table. Let me check my system. Just a minute. We still have Arsenal in the first with 37 points. Man City in the second is 32. I'll give you the top 6. The others don't really matter anyway. And then Newcastle comes third with 30 points. And then Tottenham 29 points. They managed to beat Leeds United 4-3. And on Saturday, then United comes in the 5th with 26 points. Liverpool 6th. Then Brighton 7th. Then Chelsea in the 8th with 21 points. Graham Potter is on pressure, like under serious pressure. And then on the bottom of the table, you have Wolverhampton Wanderers with 10 points. Southampton in the 19th with 12. Nottingham Forest comes in the 13th with 13 points in the 15th position. Then from there on, you have Everton, West Ham going upwards. So that's how it is. That's how it stands. I gave you the fixtures. I gave you the fixtures I've gave you the fixture that when they resume back from this World Cup break, there will be fixtures on Boxing Day. Yeah, there will be fixtures on Boxing Day, and the games will be going ahead on that day, 26th and 31st, and then the 1st on New Year's Day. We will have games, Premier League games coming back. So we go into the World Cup right now, and that's how things stand. Yesterday, some other news coming out of the Premier League. Yesterday, Cristiano Ronaldo came out and gave an interview. He was on Piers Morgan show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. He actually came out, I think this guy made it worse. He made it so worse. He came out and criticized Eric Ten. He attacked like he was like on a rampage. Like he attacked everyone. He attacked Eric Ten Hag, how the man has been criticizing him for some reason he doesn't understand. And then he went on and attacked Wayne Rooney. He said Wayne Rooney doesn't talks ill about him just because maybe he's still playing, he's retired, and Ronaldo is still playing at the highest level, and they were almost the same age, or Rooney was even younger. Like he made it sort of seem like a jealousy kind of thing with him and Rooney. Then with Eric Ten Hag, I think it's a matter of saying that maybe the guy doesn't fancy him, that's why he doesn't play him and everything. But in my opinion, I think Ronaldo has this one wrong. Like I said before, I'm always gonna say it. Ronaldo needs to understand one thing and one thing only. Age is no longer on his side, man. I think this guy cannot play. I don't even think that's the fact. He can't play on the same level he used to 5 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it is. The guy is simply old, and we all get old and get aged. So you have to move on. You might be having some bruises and some kind of bad feelings about your ego and everything just because of the way you've been treated. But that's how it is. That's football. All stars have gone through this. You just have to accept and know when to leave. So this is the problem. Messi had the same problem leaving Barcelona, but for him, he handled it in a very good way. Messi, actually, he came out and criticized the club and everything, but for him, he knew when to stop. But Ronaldo has been going on and on and on. It seems like he wants the spotlight on him and taken away from the club. So we go back to the old narrative, like the players cannot be bigger than the clubs, and Ronaldo is making this whole thing come up again. He just made the whole thing worse. I think he's trying to force a move in January, which is actually obviously going to get. I don't think Ten Hag is going to tolerate this kind of behavior in the squad. This is antagonizing the team. What kind of example are you setting? I mean, you are a legend. You shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. You should just negotiate your way out. He has made the situation. I don't think he's going to be played again after what he said, because he was so blatant in his speech. He said, I feel like I've been mistreated. I feel like I've been betrayed. That's what he said. And he was so emotional about the whole thing. It was a very long interview with like 2+ hours. And I guess Ronaldo is not coming back from this. So basically, that's Ronaldo for you. His ego is something that is going to let him down. And I don't think he's going to retire very well or leave United well. And this not. I'm sure this is not the comeback he expected and leaving his old club. So that said, that aside, Ronaldo is Ronaldo. We move on, and on Sunday we're beginning the World Cup. Like I said, we're going to be giving you the previews of the World Cup, the review of the post games and everything. On Sunday we're beginning with the first game between the hosts Qatar playing against Ecuador. This will be at 8 p.m. and then on Monday we will have England playing against Iran. That is Group A. Then on Monday still, on Sunday we basically have the opening ceremony and one game. The hosts playing against Ecuador. Then other games will begin on Monday in Group B and Group A. You will have Senegal against Netherlands, because Group A contains Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal and Netherlands. Then you have Group B, where you have England, Iran, USA and Wales. So Group A, Group B, they will play on Monday and Tuesday. Sorry, on Sunday and Monday. Then we'll go on to Group C, Argentina, where we'll have Argentina playing against Saudi Arabia, and then we will have Argentina against Saudi Arabia. Argentina play against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Then we'll go on and have Mexico against Poland. That's Group C. Then Group D will have Tunisia against Denmark, and then France against Australia. That's Tuesday. Then we move on to Wednesday, Morocco, Croatia, then Japan. That is Group F, and then Belgium and Canada. Then Group E, Japan, Germany, Costa Rica and Spain. That's Group F, and we move on and on and on until onwards. We'll be doing the previews and all the post-game reaction from these games. Sometimes we'll even be doing watch-alongs. By then we'll have a beautiful, nice setup, and we'll be giving you high-quality videos as everything comes in. So basically that's it from the Premier League world. We'll be getting more news later on today. I'll be putting out another video. Another thing we want to talk about is the NBA. Today morning, the Lakers managed to beat Brooklyn Nets. Lakers, these guys are so full of surprise. They managed to take down the Nets 116 points to 103, and Anthony Davis put on a very big show. He was so unstoppable in this game. Lakers managed to take down the Brooklyn Nets, and this is the third game in the season out of 11. So they still have a long way to go. The other news we have from the Formula 1 yesterday, Mercedes-Benz, lights out and away we go. They actually managed to come out and win the Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo. George Russell coming first, and then the eventual win of the race, and then Lewis Hamilton coming second. He put up, wow, that was some drive, some race, man. He did his best to. In fact, George Russell has to be grateful to Hamilton. It was because of Hamilton that this guy managed to win the race, in my opinion. But man, they badly needed that. They've not been doing well at all. Mercedes has been suffering. They have suffered this season. And finally, they managed to win the Constructors' Championship. You remember, the Brazilian Grand Prix is one of the Constructors' Championship. So they managed to win it back to back. Remember, the other year it was won by Hamilton. So this year he took it. Mercedes took it again, but it was George Russell this time around. So Mercedes retained the Constructors' Championship. So basically, we look forward to the next race is in Abu Dhabi, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We will be there live. I'll be at the Yas Marina Formula 1 circuit at Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. I'll be there. I'll be getting the live action from the 17th to the 20th of November. That is this week, actually. From Friday until Sunday, we'll be there in Yas Island, and we'll be giving you all this live information or live news and action from the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That is the last race on the calendar. If you know what I'm talking about, it's the last race on the calendar of the Formula 1 for the year. So guys, basically that's it for now from me to you. Please keep hitting the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, and keep liking our videos. Watch all the ads and everything. We love you. Have a nice day. Bye.